watch is not leaning right or left. Looking underneath, making sure it's nothing is loose, leaking, or hanging. And for physical damage. Opening the hood. Just go like this so it doesn't catch. We got it. Assist handle secure, mirror secure, cowl step secure, mud flap secure. Looking for your fluids. Coolant, proper level, no leaking. It is red. Transmission fluid, proper level, no leaking. We have windshield washer fluid, proper level, no leaking, it's blue. Looking for your water pump. It's belt driven. Now you're going to your leaf springs. No shifting, no cracks. Your U-bolts all in place, no cracks. Secure. Brake line. Your canister, push rod, cam, and spring. Push rod can't be bent or broken. Slack adjuster, or more than 1 inch play. Now you're going into your brake pads, shoes, and drums, looking for wear and thickness. Okay. Tires. No cracks, no bubbles. Your tire tread for 30 seconds. Can be mismatched but not recapped. And for your rim, no rusting. All lug nuts secure. Your hub secure, no leaking. Hub nuts all secure. Valve stem straight and capped. PSI plus or minus 5 out of 100. Kick your tire. Secure. Your assist handle is secure. Cowl step secure. Mud flap is secure. Okay, now over here, everything, we have all your steering, everything on this side, obviously. So you're gonna look for your hoses and wires all secure. You're going to look for your oil, proper level. If I was to check it, I would pull it out, wipe it off, and put it back in and check the level once again. Your power steering fluid, it's red, no leaks, and is secure. Okay. Steering mechanism, power steering box, pitman arm, drag link, leaf springs, no cracks, no shifting. Your U-bolts are all in place, no cracks. Oh, I forgot shock absorber over there too. Shock absorber. You have your brake line, your brake canister, your push rod, cam, and spring is inside. The push rod can't be bent or broken. Slack adjuster, no more than 1 inch play. Brakes, brake pads, shoes, and drums, checking for thickness. Tires, no cracks, no bubbles. You're checking your tire tread. No less than 30 seconds. Can be mismatched but not recapped. Looking for bubbles again. All your lug nuts are in place. Your hubs, no leaking. Hub nuts all tight. Valve stem straight and capped. If I was to check it, it would be 100 psi plus or minus 5. Kick your tire, inflated. Now you close your hood. So you literally hold the hood back, turn it, and then let it down slowly. Take your brackets in place. No windows, no cracks, no glazing. Checking the molding around each window. Your handle is secure. Steer well. Everything is in place and there's no debris. The fire extinguisher is in the green. It's secure and it's full. Your 3 emergency triangles are in the box and secure. Checking the DVIR, 3 days back. Making sure there was no mechanical issues. If there was, I'd make sure that it was signed off by a mechanic. Three spare fuses. I'm checking for my accident report kit. My insurance card is up to date. Always call out the date. It expires 7/01/2021. Expiration date for registration is 8/31/2021. Now I'm going to name everything in the bus in the front. Okay, so I'm looking at my windows. No cracks, no glazing. Molding is secure around each window. I'm looking at my windshield wipers from here, making sure that my blades are good. Fan is secure. First aid kit, spill cleanup kit is all secure. Overhead mirror secure. My visor is secure. Camera is secure. Radio box is secure. Almost secure. Child check is secure. Radio is secure. Fan is secure. Okay, I'm going to close my door. Sitting in my seat. Putting on my seatbelt. Looking at my mirrors. Checking my seat, making sure that it is good for me. Okay, my mirrors are good in my seat. Okay, so now I'm going to start the brake test. Toggle once. ABS light on. ABS light off. I'm putting my foot on the brake, putting it into drive, checking my neutral safety switch. The bus does not start. My neutral safety switch is working. Put it back into neutral. This is your initial drop. This is why we have chocks in. Release parking brake. Put your foot on the brake. Now I'm timing for a minute, making sure that I do not lose more than 3 psi in a minute. And I have 120 in the tank. Okay, a minute has gone by. Now I'm going to depress and release my brake because I need to let all the air out of the tanks. My warning light and buzzer went off at 60. Spring brake popped at 20. Okay, all the air is out of our tank, so I need to start the bus to rebuild all the air. Okay. Now I could either rev or I could put on my high idle. I'm going to put on my high idle so it stays exactly where it needs to be. Don't go over 1200 RPMs. Warning lights and buzzer went off at 60. I'm waiting for the governor to kick out at 120 when the air tanks are full. my governor kicked out at 120. Governor cut out, which means now I need to get out of the bus to get my chalks. So, out, out, turn off your high idle, turn off the bus. Take your keys with you. Chalks. Putting them behind the driver's seat. Closing my door. Back in my seat. Get my belt on. Since we moved the trucks, now we know that it's time that we need to do our brake test, and because we're going to move the bus. And the trucks cannot be in. This is started. I'm going to put it down into first gear. I'm going to rev, no more than 1200 RPMs. My parking brake is holding. No, I'm going to, in first gear, release my parking brake, scan my mirrors, beep once, scan again, move forward no more than 6 to 8 feet, no more than 5 miles per hour. Okay, my service brake works. Putting my parking brake back on, checking my gears. I'm going through each gear, making sure that each gear is holding and there's no unusual noises. First gear, second, third, drive, neutral. Each gear locked, held, and there was no unusual noises. Now before I go into reverse, I'm going to open my window. I'm going to put on my hazards, just as if I was actually backing up. I'm putting it into reverse, making sure I hear my backup beeper 2 times. My reverse works, and it also locked holding and there's no unusual noises. If I was to check my lights, I would use the buddy system or the reflection. Okay. Now I'm going into all gauges. Okay, I see my hazards in my dash. I see my hazards in my crossovers and in my convex mirrors. Turning on my lights. Turning on my high beams. My high beam indicator works in my dash as well. I have 120 in my tanks. I have half a tank of fuel. My water level is mid-level, which is proper level. My oil level is mid-level, which is proper level. My transmission is 97 degrees. And now I'm going to do a windshield washer. Fluid works. Windshield wipers, low, medium, high. All working. Coming over to my buttons. All my heaters, back heater, low, high, working. Low, high, working. My front heater, low, high, working. Defroster, low, medium, high, all in proper working order. My left fan, low, high, working. My right fan, low, high, working. 6 dome lights. No cracks and all working. Now I'm going to turn on my master switch, because the first thing we do is always put on our ambers. This is why we check our ambers first. Now I'm looking in my Elmo, and my amber lights are working in my Elmo. Now I'm getting out of my seat to make sure that I can see my amber lights left to right through my windshield. My amber lights are working on both sides. Now I'm turning around in the cab. I'm going to check front to back. I have ceiling tiles, I have rivets, side panels. I'm checking my windows. Checking to make sure my window stops front to back. I'm checking my seats, tops. I'm going to check my seat bottoms. Checking my floor mat, my molding, and my screws, making sure nothing is loose and everything is in place. As I go forward, I'm checking my emergency exits, clearly labeled, buzzard sounds, opens freely. Emergency exit, clearly marked, buzzard sounds, opens freely. Emergency exit. Okay, so we're unlatched. What you're going to do is go to exit. Push up both sides. Take the arrow pointing to exit with your palm and hit it. Making sure when it comes down that these two bottom pieces go into these holes right here. You need to attach to these right here. Close it. Now you just pull it down and then latch it back up. Make sure it's secure. Okay. Seat backs, camera secure. Emergency exit, clearly labeled. Buzzard sounding, swings freely. Okay, my last emergency exit, clearly marked. Buzzard sounding, swinging freely. Child check switch is secure. Emergency exit is clearly marked. My emergency light is red and it is working. My head bumper is secure. Checking my windows. Checking the molding. Everything is secure. Opening up my emergency door. Buzzard sounds. Swing emergency door. Door locks in place. Checking for my ambers and my hazards. Emergency door locked. Okay. As I go back, I'm going to check all my seats. As I move forward, I'm checking my seat bottoms, making sure that they are secure. Sitting back in my seat and putting my seat belt back on. Our amber's on. I'm going to do our bypass now. So I'm going to toggle down once. My stop sign is out and lit. I can see it in my convex. My Elmo is lit, red. My gate is out and my door is shut. Toggle down once more. My door is open. My gate is out. My Elmo is lit and my stop sign is out and lit. Closing everything down. Door is shutting. Our gate is shutting. Elmo is off and our stop sign is off. I'm opening everything back up again. I'm putting on my left blinker. We're going to go out and do the outside. As I walk down, I'm making sure my stairwell light is lit. My head pad is secure. Front of the box. My antenna is straight. My 3 yellow clip lights are all working and secure. My SOS lights are working. And my amber lights, both are not cracked. I'm looking at my windows, no cracks, no glazing. My inspection sticker is up to date. I'm looking at my windshield wipers. They're in place, not loose. Checking my hood, my grill, my license plate, checking my bumper. My crossover mirrors are secure. My diaphragm is inflated and my crossover gate is out. Now that the bus is on, I'm looking to making sure nothing is loose, leaking, or hanging. Oh, and my school bus is signed, it's clearly marked with reflective tape. Right here. Okay, opening up my battery door. All 3 batteries are secure. No corrosion, no leaking. Checking my pin, all secure. Closing my battery door, sure it's secure and locked. Okay, now starting from the top, going all the way down to the bottom. I see 2 yellow clip lights, 1 red, all secure and copper working order. I'm checking to make sure there's no damage to the side of the bus. I'm checking my emergency exits, making sure they have reflective tape. Bus 37, powered by propane, operated by Steve Shelton with our phone number. Stop sign is out and working. My left blinker is working. I have 2 reflective stickers that are yellow and 1 that is red in the back. Now I'm looking underneath. Looking under the bus, HEAD. Have your hangers, your exhaust, your air tanks, and your drive shaft. HEAD. Okay, so I'm looking at my leaf springs and my U-bolts, and then I'm going to my tires. They're all secure. Checking my tires, checking to make sure nothing is in between. I'm checking the tread, no less than 230 seconds. They can be recap but not mismatched. Think of these 2 tires as twins, but they wear different clothes. Okay, no cracks, no bubbles on my tire. My lug nuts are all secure and in place. My hub, no leaking, secure. All my hub nuts are secure. There's a little rusting that I see. No cracks, no bubbles on my tire. Checking for my first valve stem, which is straight and capped, and my second valve stem is straight and capped. PSI should be 100 plus or minus 5. If I would check it, I would use a tire gauge. My tires. They'd like you to mention the brake pads, shoes, and drums. Checking for thickness and wear, but you cannot see them at all, so you physically cannot check them. Vent, door. Starting again from top to bottom, I see my 3 red clip lights. No damage, in proper working order. School bus clearly marked with reflective tape. Emergency door clearly marked with reflective tape. My windows, all reflective tape around them. My S.O.S lights are working. My amber lights, both of them have no damage. Checking my windows, all secure. My left blinker is secure. Checking all my lights in the back. Checking to make sure you see the light on your palm, so you know that your license plate would be lit up. Everything is secure. Bus 37, propane reflective sticker is in place, and a red reflective sticker is in place. Now I'm going to open the bus with my weakest hand. Opening freely, staying in place. Checking my heaters and my floor, making sure there's no debris. Closing my door. Making sure that the bus is not leaning right to left. Checking my bumper, making sure that my exhaust pipe is not sticking out more than an inch, and it can not be inside. It can be flush, but it cannot be inside of the bumper. Looking underneath, RAFT. Rear axle, nothing is leaking or loose or leaning. And FT, fuel tank. R-A-F-T. Coming to this side of the bus. Front to the bottom again. I see one red clip light, two yellow clip lights. No damage to the side of the bus. My emergency exits are all clearly marked with reflective tape. City of Shelton, bus 37, propane. This is my fuel door. If it was unlocked, the bus would not start. I'm looking underneath. This is where my manual shutoff valve is. If you reach your hand right here, you could actually feel it and move it. Going to my tires, on my mud flap. I'm checking my leaf springs again and mule bolts. Again, your brakes, brake pads, shoes, and drums. Checking for wear and thickness. My tires, no less than 230 seconds. They cannot be mismatched, but they can be recapped. Looking for my rim, looking for rust. There's a little rust. Checking my lug nuts. All secure. Hub nuts, all secure. My hub is not leaking. My valve stem, straight and capped. My second tire, where are you? Up. Valve stem, straight and capped. About to check the pressure would be 100 plus or minus 5. Check your tire, go along the side. Again, you're going to look to make sure nothing is loose, leaking, or hanging. You're going to look in your opposite dual tires and make sure there's no debris in between them. Okay, and then we have HEAD. You have your hangers. You have your exhaust, your air tanks, and your drive shaft. HEAD. Coming along the side. Capacity 77, no standees, operated by the City of Shelton with our phone number. Going on the bus now, I'm going to put my low beams on and my right blinker. Okay, now that my high beams are off, I can check my low beams and they're in proper working order. Right blinker. Here.